Aries, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We are officially moving into Leo season this week. We have a new moon in Leo as well, midweek. So new moons are great. Always, I say this a lot, so forgive me, but great for setting new intention or kind of readjusting intentions that we already have in place. Really kind of seeing where there is a bit of disconnect. And Leo energy definitely loves to put itself front and center. And so the theme or the message right now is we have 4 planets in retrograde, which are kind of bringing up some disconnects with people, situations, places that we need to trust our instincts, trust what our intuition is telling us, a little bit of that reading between the line type energy. Not to make us super paranoid or anything like that, but just like digging deeper into situations to better understand, to better build a strong foundation, i.e. Mars in Virgo, a strong foundation that we can actually support and sustain our success, abundance, goals, however that looks for you. And we have some stuff that's popping up to challenge that, especially with these retrogrades. It's not all horrible. And like I said, with that new moon in Leo, we actually have some good energy going for us this week. There's kind of like this, like, okay, I'm ready to take on the world type vibe, which you're very good at empowering within yourself, Aries, 100%. I like to start the readings off with an energy cleansing just so we can set our intention, right? Especially if we are feeling blocked or limited in certain areas. Neptune in retrograde definitely challenges us to sift through truth versus illusion. So sometimes things can seem a little bit fuzzy, right? Or we're trusting the wrong people, the wrong situations. It's a little bit of this Black Moon Lilith energy in there for us. It's a great time to set your own intention as well for the reading, especially if you have something on your heart or mind, something that you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive, Aries. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are just looking for that realignment of self, mind, body, soul, getting really clear, right on how you think, on how you feel. I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're grounded and balanced in self, that's really where we are able to empower ourselves in a way that brings us happiness, fulfillment, abundance, right? And we all deserve that. And I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Aries. So what I was hearing for you is the fire went out. You know, I feel like you've kind of lost some drive, some passion towards someone or something. I feel like you're trying to either get it back or reclaim it, or maybe like try to figure out how to get back to a certain spot, even if it's not specifically meaning mending something with someone, right? But there's just like this element of reminiscing around the past, wishing to kind of be back in maybe a perceived better spot than what you're in right now. And I think you're afraid. Like that was the other thing I was hearing, like you're afraid of what this all means. Struggling to perhaps be honest with oneself. I don't say that in disrespect. Please don't hear it in that way at all. I say it with love, because oftentimes we just need someone or something to kind of help us, remind us why we go through certain things, or to put a scrutinizing eye on a person, on a situation that we're already kind of seeing some red flags around. So it looks like Spirit's reminding you that there is a natural order to life. And what does that mean? Like, things just move in a specific way. And you're coming from this space where you really worked hard to empower yourself. And honestly, I feel like you've been successful in doing so. I feel like that's kind of where some of the disconnect is coming into play. Like, you've achieved a goal, or you're finally at a place where you're like, yeah, this is awesome and I feel good. And then as you're here, you're like, okay, but it's like, doesn't feel any different. You know, like it's not, sometimes I think, especially modern day with instant gratification, we totally buy into that quick fix, or what it actually means to be happy and fulfilled in oneself. I think it's probably a lifelong struggle we will all have as humans, because we are designed to want to desire more. That is the purpose, or that is the catalyst, I should say, for growth and for evolution. And like, you've gotten to this point where it's like, it feels good. You know, I think, unfortunately or not, we're in this space where things are coming to fruition, things that are fated, things that you can't necessarily change, essentially, especially with Saturn in conjunction with the vertex point. The vertex point really are those things that, like, they're just going to happen in our life, whether you want to understand it as karma or learning lessons, how we grow, how we evolve, right? Usually difficulty, things that are not always fun, or not all the things that we want to go through, become that catalyst for change. And you're very aware of that, Aries, because that's the space that you're coming from. And like I said, you're good. Like, despite some of the, you know, I'm feeling like some of this is a little defeating, because you kind of just feel like you're catching your breath, is what I'm hearing. And so kind of as you're watching things play out in a way that I think on some level you were aware of, or your intuition was telling you, it's just bringing certain things to head. It's recognizing that now there are new options in front of you, and there's options to work with this energy, work with this empowerment that you're currently embodying and embracing. I think this is a really powerful space that you're in. I don't mean to be redundant. That's just like what keeps coming. You know, this value of your partnerships, your relationships, specifically the ones that are close and important to you, that you will fight for, that are worthy of, or worth it is a better way to say. So something is making you think. Something is unfolding that you've wanted, but it does bring some stressors up. It brings some stressors up for the situation, the whole of the environment, right? Whatever you're dealing with, like, it feels like there is a shift, there is a change in your environment that makes it difficult, that makes it hard. And I think there is some of this stuff that's unexpected. Ironically, we have the Emperor in your environment, and you are the embodiment of the Emperor, Aries. It is Aries energy. But I feel like this is the way the situation is affecting someone. I feel like someone becomes kind of rigid, kind of harsh. And for you, there's actually, like, it's very bizarre to be honest, because in your energy, like, you're really excited about what's on the horizon. This is like something that you've wanted to happen, that actually it's 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups, which is 10 of Cups. So it's like something is happening that you know it's going to be good, right? Like, you know it's going to be good on the other side of it. But I also feel like because someone's having a hard time, I don't know, like, it feels like you're getting the backlash from someone in a way that it's not really your fault, right? Like, someone's taking their stuff out on you. And that's kind of where it makes sustaining the passion difficult, right? Like, I think you're looking at things very practically. Like, this is how we wanted it to go. This is how things were going to move. It was going to move in that way, one way or another. Whether, like, I think change is just hard in general. And it's helping you connect a little bit more to how you feel about certain things, about certain people, right? Like, kind of getting clearer on, yes, like, here's the thing. You have options in front of you, and so it's saying make the options that feel the best for you. It doesn't have to be the most rational or realistic even. It doesn't necessarily have to look good on paper. And honestly, it kind of feels like you are choosing things that, or you're being drawn to things that don't really seem that way, right? Like, that don't really seem like it makes a lot of sense. But it's a recommitment, right? It's a recommitment. Let me see. This is really interesting, just kind of how this goes. Okay. 6 of Cups, Page of Wands, and 4 of Pentacles. I don't know. Someone's just, like, not having an easy time at all. And everything in your energy is saying, like, this is a good thing, right? What are you supposed to do? I don't know. That's kind of the difficulty. Honestly, I think the hardship is just going to be moving through the process, like letting whomever, whatever this is, feel what they need to feel, think what they need to think, etc. Trying not to take it personally. I mean, there are opportunities, and I feel like here's the thing. You've worked really hard to get here, and it kind of goes back to what I was saying in the very beginning. So now it's the time to put that into practice, put that into play, because that really is going to be what is supporting you and nurturing you forward. We can't just expect people to read our minds, even if it is uncomfortable. I mean, I'll pull one more on this because, like, I don't see this as the most comfortable energy. I don't know. It's just like night and day difference, right? Like, you're positive, happy, hopeful, like, you know, and fire energy can definitely be that way, especially in Leo season. You're getting that kind of like fire exemplification, but there's also a lot of water that's still lingering around because of Cancer season. And so sometimes it's just making people feel, more emotional about things than what need be. I don't know. Maybe you do kind of have to check someone up, and I don't know if it's you checking them up, but maybe you need to, or just like communicate what your wants and needs are. Like, here's the thing. It looks like you are the level-headed one in this dynamic. So speak in that way. Make sure that that's how you're communicating, that you're not like feeding into like whatever is going on for this other person, because it does kind of look like they're going to bite back or not be so friendly because there's change, right? And not fun, not easy, right? I mean, that's kind of been a theme all across the board. And some of this stuff is, okay, I love that. Some of this stuff, even though it looks messy on the surface, it's actually working out in our favor, in our betterment, i.e. just trust and almost there. It's trusting the process. It's recognizing that, yeah, destiny. I mean, it's just what it is, right? And I don't mean to oversimplify it, because when we're going through these things, that like we know are going to happen. We know that it's actually bringing good options, even if it doesn't feel like that off the bat. It's challenging us, and that's what life is about, right? That's kind of how evolution spurs us forward. And it's like you feel assured in this to some capacity. Someone's playing with that this week or challenging that this week, kind of pushing you, maybe pushing your buttons. At the same time, like, communication, it doesn't have to be pointing the fingers. That's not going to get anyone very far. We're in Leo season. Leo is really good at just saying, like, hey, I deserve this, and this is how you're going to treat me, and this is what I need, right? So it helps bring awareness, clarity. I don't know that this person's situation completely understands. That's why communication is important. But I also see that, like, there are, like, good things coming out of this, and that's where that trusting in the process is going to work out to your benefit. So I hope this reading helped, Aries. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share, and a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending that love back to you.